Hello everyone, my name is Summer Wright. This week's video discussion is informed consent. So the first question says, explain informed consent. What is a professional disclosure statement and why are they important and required? So an informed consent is a process in which a healthcare provider, therapist will provide their client with information about their treatment so that the client will be able to make an informed decision about whether or not to consent to the treatment. It includes like the risks and benefits of the treatment and alternative treatments as well. The PDS, the professional disclosure statement, is a document that provides information about a therapist's qualifications, their experience, and their training. It also includes information about like their fees, their policies and procedures. And the reason for the PDS is to help clients make a decision about whether or not to choose a particular therapist. So that way it gives them the option of if they want to work with that person or not. Let's see. So there's a full disclosure, which is where a therapist can provide clients with detailed information about the treatment, explaining like the nature of the treatment, the risks and benefits, the available alternatives, and what to expect during treatment. And the understanding is that it is to not just to provide information to the client, but they must comprehend and understand like the details that you give them about it. We need to be clear and understandable and use language and encourage the client to ask questions. And it's a voluntary agreement. When the client voluntarily gives, us the consent to perform the treatments for them. And so the next question is, what is the significant difference between an informed consent and telehealth informed consent? If so, why should every client read and sign a telehealth informed consent form? So, sorry, gotta get back to my notes. So the difference between an informed consent and a telehealth consent is that the telehealth consent addresses like the risks and benefits of online therapy. It's like technical issues, like poor internet connection, software glitches, things like that. Confidentiality, like if in person, so telehealth sessions are not as confidential as like in-person sessions. There are risks that somebody could like overhear, y'all's conversations, walk in during, your appointments over the video conference, and like emergency situations can come up and be more difficult for online therapy. So it says why every client should read and sign a telehealth informed consent. So they should read and sign a telehealth informed consent so that they understand the risks and the benefits of the online therapy. So that way they can make the decision about if they want to choose to do it or not. So it says also, it also empowers them to make an informed decision about choosing which mode of therapy they're going to be comfortable with doing. And so that is another reason why it's important. And the last one says, why are the required elements of consent form? What are the required elements of a consent form? And it says, would you add any other information to the consent form? Why or why not? So there it says required elements, for a telehealth informed consent is identification of the therapist and the client, statements that the client is consenting to online therapy, descriptions of the risks and benefits of the therapy online, the alternatives, the description of the alternatives to online therapy, and a statement of the client's rights to withdraw consent at any time, and a signature from the client and the therapist. And so The other information that could be included would be information about the therapist's qualifications and their experience with online telehealth therapy sessions, like their fees and their policies, and how they can contact their therapist in case of an emergency. And a telehealth informed consent, it's important because we want to protect the rights of both the client and ourselves. And it gives them the understanding, of the risks and benefits, like I said earlier, of online therapy. So I'm getting back to my So the informed consent is a process that we as therapists will provide for our clients. With, it gives them all the information about their treatments and giving them the option to decide if they want to move on with treatments with us or not. Every client should read and sign a telehealth informed consent or just a regular informed consent during any time we start a session with somebody new. And it also helps to protect us as therapists from liability in case like something goes wrong during an online therapy session or in a in-person therapy session. That is my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a couple pauses. I get a little nervous recording these, but I hope you guys got some information out of this. Thank you for watching.